Another big game this weekend for Chelsea. Well, I hope it is not seventh consecutive defeat in the Premier League for them. This time they visit Anfield. Well, some will say that nothing is at stake in this game, but then there is a lot at stake in this game. For Chelsea, the last possible chance of qualifying for Europe. Now, we're not talking about Champions League. We're not talking about UEFA Europa League, but even the Conference League. This may be the final chance they have to push for a place in Europe at all, maybe apart from the FA Cup. And of course, for Liverpool, they are one win away, just like Manchester United were last weekend. Liverpool right now is one win away from mathematically qualifying for the Champions League. So Liverpool could be picking their Champions League tickets at Anfield against Chelsea. And this game just happens to be an early kickoff game. You know what they say about early kickoff? It doesn't go the way it's planned to go. So just maybe Chelsea will spring a surprise against Liverpool. But then let me start with Alex. Alex, Chelsea right now, are they even motivated? Are they even pumped up to be able to go at Anfield? Because this Chelsea team, especially after that Nottingham Forest game, they look dejected, they look down, they look finished.
Yeah. Well, this is football. So we all know currently Chelsea are not giving in their best. They're not trying at all. There is a crisis from one coach and another coach.
But we thought, when they played the FA Cup, we thought that they were back.
Against the City.
We were saying, what was this Chelsea? I remember it was Shola that was saying, what was this Chelsea? They were running, they were chasing balls, they were jumping for headers.
That was FA Cup. This time around, they're playing the league and they are going to Anfield against Liverpool. It will be difficult for them. As you all know, this team is not in their current form, their current shape. They are struggling to eat the peak, to get themselves back into the game. So playing against Liverpool on Saturday, there's nothing special. But this is football. Anything can happen. Let us know one thing. They all remember they have a career. They want to save their career. They might get to Anfield and get a winning. There's nothing impossible. There is nothing impossible. So, but so far so good. I'm not expecting much from them, sincerely speaking. All we want them to do is let's focus on next season.
Next season. But how you finish this season also matters for next season, because you're talking about let's go and get players. Like, I remember last season when Manchester United did not qualify for Europe. It was because of the size of the club. You know, it was because Manchester United was not in Champions League. They missed out on some players. Some targets, for example, they wanted Liam Delap. Liam Delap went to Chelsea ahead of Manchester United because he said, I'm going where there's Champions League football. There are usually those disadvantages that happen.
Yeah, this is not the first time Chelsea will be out of Champions League. A better player will come. If a particular player chooses not to come, another player will choose to come. That's just it.
Okay,
because it happens to Manchester United last season.
Of course, other players came. Bemo came, Koa came, and
exactly. Some people are ready to come and stay, and some people are not ready to stay. Some people will go from that Chelsea squad. Some people will go and there will be a replacement for them. So that's just it.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about tactically now. I mean, we already know what to expect from Liverpool. We'll probably see almost the same lineup against Manchester United. Jeremy Frimpong, Brian White, Gakpo as false nine, Szoboszlai behind the striker, Gravenberch, McAllister, the back line, of course. Still expect the likes of Curtis Jones, Konate and the likes, maybe Robertson or Kekes at left back, and Fred Woodman, if either Alisson Becker or Mamadashvili is not back, Fred Woodman still in goal. But then for Arsenal, for Chelsea, how do they counter this Liverpool team? You saw how dangerous Liverpool can be on their good day in that comeback, that brief comeback against Manchester United. You saw how they almost took the lead from 2 goals down. That is how good they can be on a good day. So what must McFarlane do to counter Liverpool and make sure that it does not end in a 7th consecutive defeat for us, for Chelsea in the Premier League?
Well, that particular language of what do they do to solve the situation is only visible when you have the resources. And presently, we don't have so much option. You don't have so much option. You're like, You rightly know the last game we played, we had to play a youngster from the left.
Jerry.
Derry that got injured and in the course of the game. So we have less options. We don't have players. Some players are out. I of course we would have expected
Pedro Neto.
Neto to play in this part, but he didn't play. You would have expected
Garnacho
Garnacho
also.
to play. He didn't play. So
And there was no explanation of
there
for
there was no explanation. So I don't know if they are injured. I don't know if they will be back for Liverpool, but I'm not sure we have so much resources to play this game. And even in the midfield,
Obama is still not doing well.
Obama is still not doing well. Even in the midfield, we are still going to likely expect maybe Lavia
And
and Casado, then pushing Enzo Fernandez a little bit forward. So nothing.
Is this maybe time for him to change that centre back partnership between Chabo Chaloba and Tosin?
Sincerely, talking about changing centre backs. If we keep changing centre backs, the problem is we have centre backs that we can't depend on because they are not world class. They are not.
How about Wesley?
They are
Gotten for 75 million.
They are not consistent.
They are not consistent. So if you decide you want to
So once the player is not consistent, no
matter.
matter
Play a player this week,
you should expect from him.
and if you think the partnership is not going to work, then the next week they concede 3 goals. So we are not having the players that has that personality where they can stand and you can say, "Hey, come rain, come shine. This player is going to stand."
No, they are just all love.
So that's the problem.
So this vibe you guys are giving me is the vibe of, you know what? Let's just give up. They are beating us. Let's just move on.
It's over.
No,
It's
now
over.
it's obvious. Playing 7 matches without a win, what do you expect?
So they're saying that Chelsea fans should not even put their mind in it.
No.
12:30 p.m.
The only-
12:30 p.m. on Saturday by 2:30.
The only disappointment I'm having is I'm very disappointed in these players. And well, any one of them that wants to leave can leave. Because you can't tell me you know the situation you are. If you had won that game against Nottingham, do you know it's still possible for us to make top 4 or top 5 if you had won that game? Because you don't know what's happening with the people ahead of us. They can drop points.
Exactly.
So you know the situation. Now you got to that pitch and you didn't see it as
I mean,
the passion and the commitment is not there.
Nottingham Forest made 8 changes.
Yes.
So that was Nottingham Forest second team.
The-
They made 8 changes to their
the
regular.
Nottingham Forest that is playing in Hero. They didn't even
I mean,
start.
when last did they only start a
They didn't even start most of their key players up
So
front.
That's what I'm saying, that they made
This
8.
is
Nottingham Forest made 8
this is what I'm
changes.
talking about. It shows in that Chelsea team. There's no commitment, the passion, the zeal, the enthusiasm is not there anymore.
Okay, fine. We keep complaining. The original was bad. The same team that played on Monday still looked like Liam Rosinelli because the fire wasn't there.
No changes, no anything, same structure, same technical approach.
I will still say the turning point of that game was that Kopama miss. You
That
missed
penalty.
That penalty.
If you had scored that penalty,
I mean,
It will have been an edge,
That's
an
supposed to
advantage for
be
them.
the biggest player in the team, the man
Yes.
that carries the team.
Exactly.
That kind of penalty.
Just take that penalty like that.
Obama has been dropping stinkers in that Chelsea jersey for.
1.5 seasons now. He started halfway into last season.
As a matter of fact, it has been consistent in the last 7 games.
They said there's a surgery he needs to have.
He decides not to do it.
Should he just, because
Should
instead
not
of
do
being
it.
like don't me Uya get hello,
I don't understand.
instead of being available and dropping stinkers, why don't you
Why don't
just
you just
go and have your surgery? I know that
I think it's time for him to go and have the
so at
surgery.
least
So you can get back to his
exactly, because at least
This is not the power of 3
because
seasons
this
ago.
kind of performance is not dropping his value.
It's all on them. It's all on them. If they decide not to turn up, well, they are not going to Euro next season.
All right, let's talk about predictions now. But by the body language of both Alex and Shola, I'm going to recoin the question like this: by how many goals will Liverpool beat Chelsea on Saturday?
It depends on the Chelsea that turns up.
It depends on the present, the form of the form.
How do you think that game?
Firstly, it depends on the Chelsea that turns up. If the Chelsea that wants to win by all means turns up, they can shock Liverpool. Liverpool is not special.
There's nothing special in that.
We saw them at Old Trafford.
Yeah, Liverpool is
Even though that Manchester United decided to wrap the gift of 2
And
goals,
give them 2
and
goals.
you know,
Exactly.
There's nothing special about Liverpool, and maybe I'm looking at them maybe giving a fight against Liverpool. So I don't still feel we can win. Maybe a 2-2 draw.
A 2 draw. That'll be something. Alex,
That's 2-1 in favor of Liverpool.
2-1 in favor of Liverpool. One way or the other, well, Chelsea is not winning this game on Saturday. Well, what do you think? 7th consecutive defeat in the Premier League for Chelsea, or maybe they managed to squeeze the draw out of Liverpool? Let us know in the comment section.